Good afternoon, everybody. This is Mike Brennan here at the National Hurricane Center. It's just after 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, July 3rd, coming on with an update on extremely dangerous Hurricane Beryl. We can see the eye actually becoming a little better defined in satellite imagery just in the last hour or two, centered just south of the coast of Jamaica with the northern eye wall on land over southern portions of the island. The center of Beryl right now is 65 miles west-southwest of Kingston, so passing by to the south of Kingston a couple hours ago, but multiple life-threatening hazards playing out across Jamaica now. The core winds of a Category 4 hurricane with maximum sustained winds of over 140 miles per hour are now on portions of Jamaica. In Kingston in the last hour, which is over here, pretty far to the east now, it gets 65 miles away from the center, had a wind gust of over 80 miles per hour just in the last hour. We're seeing some ham radio reports of damage, wind damage occurring, storm surge occurring in this onshore flow here where we're seeing these southerly and southeasterly winds into the southern coast of Jamaica. We're expecting to see storm surge of 6 to 9 feet above normal tide levels with dangerous breaking waves and damaging wave action on top of that. So very dangerous conditions ongoing now in Jamaica, and they are going to continue for the next several hours. Everybody's going to want to stay sheltered in place through the rest of the day, through tonight. And again, heavy rainfall playing out as well with the potential for up to 12 inches of rainfall across especially the mountainous areas of Jamaica. So we're going to have a lot of water problems from the storm surge and the rainfall flooding, and again, the core of a major hurricane impacting the island right now. So again, very dangerous conditions there. As you can also see, Beryl is centered about 265 miles to the east-southeast of Grand Cayman. So the Cayman Islands are sort of next in line for seeing significant impacts. And again, Beryl's moving west-northwest pretty quickly at about 18 miles per hour. So if we look at the forecast, where is it headed next? Beryl is going to be moving west-northwestward, again, across the Caribbean, with those hurricane and tropical storm force winds beginning to affect the Cayman Islands later this afternoon and tonight, where hurricane warnings are in effect for Little Cayman, Cayman Brac, and Grand Cayman. And then thinking farther downstream, Beryl is going to move towards the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico and then across into the Gulf of Mexico and potentially threaten northeastern Mexico and South Texas by early next week. So let's take the hazards next in the Cayman Islands, where again we are expecting those hurricane conditions overnight tonight. We are expecting storm surge of 2 to 4 feet above normal tide levels in the Cayman Islands, and also expecting 4 to 6 inches of rainfall. So again, heavy rainfall, flooding, major hurricane force winds. Beryl is still expected to be a major hurricane when it passes near or just south of the Cayman Islands overnight tonight. We're expecting Beryl to be a hurricane when it makes landfall in the Yucatan Peninsula early Friday morning or overnight Thursday night into Friday morning. We have a hurricane warning that's in effect from Puerto Costa Maya up to Cancun, a hurricane watch in effect down to Chetumal and north to Cabo Catoche, with tropical storm warnings in effect for those areas under the hurricane watch as well. So hurricane conditions are expected somewhere in this area Thursday night into Friday morning. In terms of storm surge, we are expecting to see 4 to 6 feet of surge above ground level somewhere within this hurricane warning near and to the north of where the center of Beryl makes landfall here in the Yucatan Peninsula. Heavy rainfall is also expected, 4 to 6 inches, isolated amounts as high as 8 inches in northern portions of Belize and in the Yucatan portion of Mexico. Beyond that, Beryl is expected to weaken as it moves over land to a tropical storm, but then expected to re-intensify and be at or near hurricane strength as we go from Saturday into Sunday and Monday as it slows and begins to turn more northwestward, bringing the center of the system close to northeastern Mexico or deep south Texas Sunday into Monday. So we could very well see impacts there. If we were going to have the timing for those impacts, we would be looking at the most likely time of arrival of sustained tropical storm force winds Sunday during the day sometime in that region. So we could be looking at watches being issued for portions of northeastern Mexico or Texas later tomorrow night or early on Friday. And again, here's just another graphical look at the rainfall. The heaviest rainfall potential in the short term, Jamaica, where we could see isolated amounts as high as 12 inches, as high as 6 inches, 4 to 6 inches in the Cayman Islands, and as high as 8 to potentially 10 inches in portions of the Yucatan Peninsula. So just to quickly recap, we're expecting, or we are seeing those devastating hurricane force winds with the core of a major hurricane moving across Jamaica now. Life-threatening storm surge, damaging waves, life-threatening flash flooding are going to be ongoing in Jamaica for the next 6 to 12 hours as Beryl passes by. Next in line are those same hazards are lined up now for the Cayman Islands, then the Yucatan Peninsula, where we are expected to see Beryl make landfall as a hurricane, and beginning Thursday night and into early Friday, bringing those tropical storm and hurricane conditions, life-threatening storm surge, heavy rainfall, and again, some potential for impacts, wind, rain, storm surge in northeastern Mexico and South Texas as we get late into the weekend and early next week. So just before we wrap up, a reminder that we have multiple products that are automatically translated into Spanish here on the hurricanes.gov website. You can see our key messages here. You can also see the public advisory and the tropical cyclone discussion, so you can get all that information in Spanish translated on hurricanes.gov. A reminder for folks along the U.S. Gulf Coast, especially South Texas, as we head into a holiday weekend with Independence Day tomorrow, please stay tuned for and check back for updates on the forecast. Check hurricanes.gov at the Hurricane Center for more information on Beryl. Find your local National Weather Service office at weather.gov. Keep checking. We're updating the forecast every 6 hours. Information's going to change. We'll have updated information for you as you go through the holiday tomorrow and into the holiday weekend. But again, something you want to keep checking on as we go through the weekend for more updates on Beryl across from Jamaica all the way across the northwestern Caribbean into the Gulf of Mexico. So we'll be back with additional updates as we go through the rest of the week. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mike Brennan here at the National Hurricane Center.